Hello once again, welcome back. We are jumping into Champ Select here for game number 2. It is teammates now on the red side with a 1-0 lead. On the blue side, it is Water Buffalo needing to come back in this one to keep their playoff chances alive. Bans coming out. We do see Volibear and Elise banned out first for Water Buffalo. So hoping to keep Green Bay off of the stronger champions in this one. Is also going to be a Malzahar ban. No surprises there from teammates. As, again, as we mentioned in the last game, quite strong on this patch.
Oh, yeah. Alright, we'll see if they end up banning the Kale. That is, I fully expect the Kale ban to come out here.
Yeah, either a Kale or a Rise ban. I think depending on what Wolstenholme is going to be able to play in this game. We could see in the last game that Garen into Kale was not working out well. Actually, it's going to be a Janna ban.
Well, the level 1 misplay didn't help him there, is the thing. Like, Kale is not strong early, but as soon as you get past that early game weakness, as soon as you get the attack speed and the bonus damage from Natural's Tooth, you're going to be okay.
Yeah, and those overextending a bit at level 1, getting into the minion wave and taking a bunch of extra damage.
Yeah, I mean, I think he could have played safer throughout the game as well, and I think that might actually be a reason they're leaving Kale unbanned, is if they go for the Kale again, they know how to play around that a little bit better after getting kind of bodied by it the first time.
Yeah.
Ooh, the Soraka coming in, though.
Yeah, so we see with the Janna ban, does force Fluffykins onto someone different, is going to be the Soraka. We do see it making quite a lot of good plays on Janna. There were a couple nice uses of the ultimate just to force a single champion back into their team.
I mean, Janna Ultimate has always been a very, very flexible ability.
Yeah. I do want to mention that we also are seeing 2 subs here on the side of teammates. We're going to see Heki and False Cut coming in for Cruiser and Kaleido. Most likely going to be Heki in the mid lane, is what we're expecting. And then False Cut on the ADC.
Oh, I was hoping for the 280 carries of Lucian to Caitlyn. Disappointing.
Yeah. Still possible, but probably not going to see it.
I don't think this is very likely, especially given that Rengar pick.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
What, you mean you don't want more squishies for the Rengar?
Not really. I like the Braum pick a lot better into that Rengar. He can jump into
Ziggs!
your team and get stunned up. Oh,
We're
God.
seeing Ziggs!
Oh, God.
Yes! I'm excited. Fred is not excited, but I'm very excited.
Hey, look, it's the Azir.
Yep, and there's Heki on Azir. No surprises there.
Very, very unsurprising. Okay, so Ziggs, this iteration of Ziggs is probably one of the stupidest things I've ever seen. So, okay, it's, hear me out on this, okay? Hear me out on this. It's not just the fact that his W now executes turrets for some god-awful reason. His
Demolitionist, Fred. It's thematically accurate.
So, the thing is, his passive has always done double damage to turrets as well. It has 100% AP ratio on turrets, which is ridiculous. Now, keep in mind that Ziggs can build Lich Bane. Turrets now benefit, turrets now get affected by magic penetration, and also they buffed his passive to reduce his they buffed his passive to reduce the cooldown by 6 seconds on ability cast at level 15, rather than 4 or 3 at every level. So now what happens is, because your passive's cooldown is 12 seconds, you auto the turret, you use your Q and your E to get Lich Bane, you auto the turret again, that is 250% AP burst onto a turret.
And it's great.
It is disgusting and I hate it. This is not allowed. There is nothing about this that is allowed. Except it's in the game. So.
Speaking of interesting picks, we're gonna see a top lane Morgana coming out here from Wolstenholme, and they're putting that up against Pinducky's Rise and hoping to keep him down with that. That is an interesting pick.
That's not terrible into Rise. You can push against Rise very, very effectively and force him to farm under his turret, which Rise is not very good at, especially earlier on in the game. I think later on, Pinducky is going to have the damage and tankiness to fight him, but that's not a terrible lane matchup.
Yeah, and Rise is always going to scale into a fantastic 1v1 fighter. Like, there's no way around that.
Exactly.
I think the question is just how long is it going to take before he gets there, and can you make that timer long enough that you can do damage around the map to keep it down?
And I feel like teams have learned that at this point you can't really outplay Pinducky. So they're falling back on the strategy of, okay, let's pick a champion to shove him under a turret repeatedly and just keep him in top lane farming for as long as possible and delaying his build, which honestly, all things considered, is not that bad of a strategy.
Yeah.
So.
And I really like the Ziggs against this. Because because it shuts down the split push really effectively.
You're not wrong. I dislike Ziggs on principle, but you're not wrong.
I love Ziggs on principle, so. But I think particularly against a split push heavy style, the mid lane Ziggs is exactly what you need.
Yes, that is true. You can clear the sideways very, very easily. You shove waves incredibly well, and you blow up turrets now, apparently.
Yeah, and the last thing I do want to touch on with the Water Buffalo comp, they have elected to go with mages in the mid lane and the top lane, and an assassin in the jungle. So they're not really going to have a true tank for most of this game. Braum can pick up some tankier items later on. We'll often see Braum get like a Frozen Heart.
Yes.
I think Frozen Heart's going to be mandatory in this game just to deal with the Azir and Jinx.
Yep. He's never going to reach like true tankiness.
Yeah, and it is interesting. They're putting a lot of the burden for their tank onto the Braum. So they've shifted from a fairly tank heavy team fighting comp. This is a bit more of a split push comp.
What's also interesting about this is that they don't have any real way to engage. They have very, very good pick potential with Kha'Zix Morgana and the Ziggs bounce, but if you want to have an actual team fight, there's no way short of like a Morgana flash ultimate to actually get in on any of the members of the teammates, which is only exacerbated by the fact that Heki's on Azir and can just put down the wall and disengage anyways.
Yeah, so they are going to be very heavily pick based.
Yeah, that's going to be kind of awkward.
That is, a fairly good thing to be running, because most of the time in teammates matchups, we've seen Pinducky sort of on the opposite side of the map from everyone else.
Right.
And so if they can get picks onto Pinducky while he's out setting that up, I think they might be able to do fairly well with this kind of composition.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, on the other hand, the thing to be careful about with that is that the teammates are also no slouch in the turret taking department. They have Azir, they have Jinx. Those two are going to crush down turrets very quickly if they're left at all to their own devices, like at all. So it's going to be some sort of delicate balance.
Yeah, and Ryze, not the greatest tower taker. I think what we saw out of Kayle in the last game, especially with Fervor of Battle, is
not going to be able to do that on Ryze.
But in particular because he tends not to build as heavy AP because he's got the mana scaling. So.
This is less of a problem now that they give him actual AP scalings, and Archangels actually gives AP now.
Well, Archangels is always given good AP.
It gives the most AP for one item in the game right now, I think, other than Death Cap. But he's not going to be as good at destroying turrets as Pinducky was last game. That is definitely true. Now, the thing is, the teammates don't have a true tank until the late game either. So that's going to be very interesting to watch to see, how exactly a Green Bay can use his damage the most efficiently to mitigate that. How exactly Heki can use his Azir to mitigate that. How exactly Soraka can keep everybody alive throughout every team fight ever, because Soraka is very silly.
When you have a Soraka, everyone on your team's a tank. That's how they get around
I guess so. I guess so. Just spam resists and get Soraka heals all day. You get a Spirit Visage, you get a Spirit Visage, everyone gets a Spirit Visage.
Yep. So we are just about loading into this game. And just to run down our compositions one more time. So in the top lane for Water Buffalo is going to be the Morgana, Kha'Zix in the jungle, Ziggs in the mid lane, and a Lucian Braum in the bottom lane. We've talked about the Lucian Braum lane in previous games. Very strong early.
Where's the Jhin Morgana? Why does Jhin keep getting banned?
Jhin wasn't banned this game, but nobody picking it up. Well, it's because they took the Morgana top lane.
Sad times.
No room for it. Yeah.
And on the other side,
we do have Ryze in the top lane, Rengar in the jungle, Azir in the mid lane, and the bot lane combo of Jinx Soraka.
Yeah, no, Jinx Soraka is not going to do very much in that bottom lane. This is something we haven't touched on yet, but they're probably going to be able to stay alive if worst comes to worst. I think that's going to be okay.
Yeah, and I think Water Buffalo has to take advantage of the early game power they have in that lane.
Absolutely.
If Coenzyme DA and Fenny Vita Vici aren't getting early kills in that bot lane, they're going to struggle pretty enormously coming into late game as Azir and Ryze turn on a bit more.
Right. The thing is, so the job of teammates in that bot lane is just to survive. There is no conceivable way I can imagine them going aggressive into that lane. I can't see them actually getting a kill without a jungle gank or without some sort of massive misplay on the side of Water Buffalo. And Lucian Braum, like we've said, we've talked about that lane before. There's so much inherent synergy in that lane. It's really, really strong early game. So it really is on the teammates to just not die. If they can avoid dying, they've survived laning phase. They've gotten out of laning phase just fine, and they're going to be okay headed into the mid game, I think.
Yeah, so we are on to the Rift here at the start of game number 2. GLHFs all around. I like it.
Alright.
And we'll see if we're getting some early grouping. Danger Ping going out already. Not sure who that was.
Hoping for a level 1 jungle pentakill.
When you have a Braum, anything can happen.
You can always trust Braum Horkley.
I don't know how I feel about this distraction all chat here.
This is... Alright, I'll move that.
Ooh. Yeah, and Mathcow gets caught out. Kha'Zix very early on gets stunned up, has to flash away. That's an early summoner spell burned as Mathcow gets caught by the entirety of teammates there.
Yeah, it's not too big of a deal to have Kha'Zix flash down early in the jungle, though.
Yeah, we're not going to see him do too much gank-wise early in the game. But yeah, that was very nearly an early disaster once again. I believe that is a Fire Dragon first, if I am reading the symbols.
Where is the symbol? Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's a Fire Dragon.
All right.
That's
still early in this patch. We're learning here.
Yeah, that's the one that people have really latched onto as being super OP. And truth be told, it is very good. But I honestly think the Regen Dragon is better.
Yeah, the Water Dragon?
Yeah, the dragon that gives you 10% of your missing health and mana back every few seconds. That is really good. Like, it's just really good. I mean, Fire Dragon lets you snowball games better. It gives you more, like, upfront power in team fights. Water Dragon rewards more kind of split push-based finesse playstyle.
We do see Water Buffalo's bottom lane. I think they're still waiting in the bush down there. They're going to try and catch False Cut. They think they're still at the jungle camp. The passive lands onto the Soraka. Can they get the stun off? Fluffykins gets stunned up. A lot of damage being taken by the Lucian. Another auto attack. He'll get out just barely. And that's the bush fooling them into thinking they were waiting at the Krugs.
The cheese.
Lands it onto False Cut. Yeah. Early cheese on both sides here. Fluffykins should be able to heal himself up if he's able to sit back and land the Qs, so...
I mean, coming from watching a lot of StarCraft, it's always refreshing for me when I see people try to cheese things in League of Legends. So that was a lot of fun to watch. They almost got the kill, too.
Yeah, some nice variety from Game 1. I like it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Fun stuff. Fun stuff. But yeah, like we said, like, they have the early game power to make that play.
Yeah.
Good decision there.
Settled down a little bit in this bottom lane.
No kills have actually happened yet, despite the two kind of nerve-wracking plays that have gone on early game. And now Soraka is going to be able to put some heals down.
Yeah, Fluffykins is back up to getting close to full health. Venivici jumping in super aggressively, actually, as he gets the passive down, but gets caught out by the Jinx Trap. Gonna be taking a lot of damage. That was not a favorable trade at all. Coinside DA going quite low. The Jinx Rocket landing. Soraka Q coming on as well. Nice spell immunity by Wolstenholme. They're going to be trading back and forth, but Wolstenholme sticking around a bit too long in this trade once again. Don't want to stand near Rise if you can help it. Yeah, Fluffykins has healed himself back up completely to full just by landing those Qs.
Yo, those are some godlike Flame Chompers from False. Like, I have to say, that was really good. The Flame Chomper is hitting Lucian just, like, beyond the range from which he was effectively able to do damage. Made both of them just take a ton of free damage on the back with no possible method of trading back. That was very, very well done. We do see Green Bay invading the jungle. He's not going to find too much there, though, as both of those camps have been cleared. He might take the Grump on the way out. Taking Grump is kind of a consolation prize if you're going to invade that side. What you really want is the Wolf Smite.
Coenzyme DA quite low in that bottom lane. The Zap just missing out of False Cut.
Yeah, very good Flame Chomper securing them the early laning phase there.
And Wolstenholme, again, as we saw in the last game, getting pushed back under turret. Morgana is naturally going to be able to push back. Yeah, Coenzyme going pretty low again. Has to be careful. The Q. Ooh, very nice block from Venivici. I think that might have been a kill if that had gone through. Or quite close to it, at least. And Coenzyme DA has to be careful here. I think, might just get forced into backing.
Yeah, I mean, now that the Unbreakable's on cooldown, he can't really stay because one Jinx Rocket would just... blast him to hell. And
cutting off the minion wave, trying to find him. Bloodthirsty Soraka. False Cut actually gets stunned up pretty close to turret range. Does not get the aggro. Now he has the aggro. Coming back in, burns the heal. Dodging around. The exhaust goes down. Soraka picks up first blood with the Q. Venivici does not want to chase this. Has to turn around now as more damage coming through. The heals from Soraka keeping False Cut alive through that. Summoner heal burn on both ADCs, but False Cut just a little bit higher gets the kills.
And the Team 8's making me eat my champion select words as the support Soraka of all things picks up the first blood. All right, that was an interesting series of plays. The Flame Chompers, they were so good. And because you can take that even trade and just win by virtue of having a Soraka.
Action in the mid lane about to come out. No, okay. Never mind. Continue.
Everyone backed off. Anyways, because... Ooh.
Nope, Green Bay finds Mafcow. Kha'Zix wandering into the river, does not see the opposing jungler coming, tries to leap out of there. Green Bay gonna follow after him. The burn ticking down. Heki picks up the kill. Easy assist there for Green Bay, getting another kill for his laners early in the game. And that's where we saw last game start to snowball.
Yep. Now, interestingly enough, Mafcow had his flash by the end of that, so I'm not sure if he just didn't think he had it up, or it was just a decision not to flash and just commit to his death in that scenario. He wouldn't necessarily gotten out anyways, but I would have at least tried.
Yeah.
Personal preference, though.
Yeah, I do want to... We've actually seen a lot of rotation in position since game 1. I believe it was... Oh,
that's true.
Coenzyme M was ADC in the last game. Coenzyme DA was in the jungle. I think Benny Vici on support.
Mafcow was in mid.
So that's stayed, but yeah, the mid ADC and jungle have all rotated around.
I didn't even notice that. What are names?
I
only see team tags.
We see the almost synergy from teammates.
The almost synergy. The worst kind of synergy. The synergy that could have been.
Yeah. So this is the point in the laning phase where Wolstenholme's going to start having a bit better of a time. With a couple points in that W, is going to be able to push the wave very effectively against Ryze.
Yes.
And one of the nice things about Morgana as a solo laner is the built-in spell vamp actually gives you a deceptively large amount of sustain.
Yeah. Oh.
So if you're able to W the minion wave, you can just stick around for quite a bit longer.
Yep, you get a bunch of health back, and he's getting even more health back than that because he just went for the catalyst. Ooh, as we see... Yep. Fluffykin's getting hit up a little bit bot side. Gonna dodge both of those Qs, though. Very nice footwork there.
Yeah, very nice. The bottom lane actually getting separated there, so that could have been bad. Green Bay, though, coming in to support his support. Support. And Fluffykin's protecting the pink ward. There's actually another one of the changes in the newest patch is that if you're able to successfully protect your pink wards, they will regen back up to 4 HP over time.
Yep.
You can see that pink ward already back at full. Nice healthy ward. Green Bay coming in for the gank. Exclamation point showing up for Guns MDA. Gets leapt on. The Soraka stun comes in. Green Bay picking up the kill as the Jinx rocket lands. Actually, no assist coming in there for False Cut. That was an interesting sequence of events. It looks like the Jinx rocket landed on Coenzyme DA, but didn't apply damage because he was dying at the same time.
I think something like that, yeah. And meanwhile, we do see some action happening in the top lane. Wilson getting shoved under his turret again by virtue of that Ryze ulting.
Yep, nice root underneath the turret. Pinduck taking a couple shots. Wolstenholme following a little bit too long again, but that's a nice trade back. That's the kind of play that Wolstenholme needs.
Yeah, absolutely. And now we're going to see teammates securing that first Fire Dragon. That's going to do a lot for them. Because their team just has so... Oh!
Pinducky flashing aggressively gets right next to Wolstenholme. The root actually gets blocked out, but that won't matter. Pinducky going underneath the turret. The last Q lands, gets the kill for Pinducky. So that's going to be 1-0 in the top lane as he gets under turret, along with that 20 CS lead.
Yeah, that was actually a lot closer than it looked. If Wolstenholme had used his ult slightly earlier, I don't think Pinducky would have been able to actually chase that play all the way through.
And that was actually a good use of the black shields by Wolstenholme. We've seen that a few times now.
Oh, yeah.
Actually blocking the Ryze root from coming out.
That's very hard, because it doesn't actually have an animation or anything like that.
Right, that's pretty much completely predictive. And Heki shoving the Ziggs underneath the turret. Heki actually picking up a nice lead in the mid lane as well. And we're starting to see the new items just a little bit. That's going to be a Lost Chapter first item for Ziggs.
Mm-hmm. For those of us less familiar with the new patch, Lost Chapter refunds 20% of your missing mana whenever you level up. New Catalyst also refunds a portion of the mana you spend as HP, which is going to give Morgana even more sustain in that lane than she already has.
And I believe a portion of the damage you take is mana as well.
Oh, yes. Something like that.
Double undid synergy.
Yeah. It's become a very, very efficient item.
Yeah, Catalyst is still no combat stats, technically. Like, you're not getting AP or AD or anything.
Right.
But it's a really, really good early sustain item.
Yeah, if you want to just farm it out and be able to sustain through your opponent's damage and wait for bigger items, Catalyst is the perfect item for you. As we see Wilson Home trying to make a play.
Hecky walking actually back into the bind. Coenzyme uses the satchel charge to get in for more damage, but doesn't actually have time to put it down. Meanwhile, Pinducky with the TP locks down Wolstenholme. He's getting underneath turret range, though. He's taking some shots. Pinducky taking a lot of damage. Gets killed off underneath that turret. A 1-for-1 trade so far. The Braum ultimate coming down. Green Bay going to be exhausted. Gets stunned by Braum.
Oh.
Double kill for Wolstenholme, so that's a couple onto the Morgana. Hecky diving in to get the trade back. 2-2 in the end. Coenzyme M going to take a little bit more damage. I don't think Hecky can actually kill him off with the soldiers. So even trade in the mid lane overall. Started with what looked like it might have been a good pick coming out of Water Buffalo. I have to question Coenzyme M using that satchel charge as a gap closer rather than putting down some damage early on. Turret does get killed off in the bottom lane. It's going to be the first one of the game for False Cut.
False Cut has a 2-level lead right now. 2-level
lead, yeah, slowing down Coenzyme DA, pushing him back off of that. Coenzyme M using that satchel charge well that time, getting out of that engage. So he'll stay alive in the mid lane. Yeah, somehow Lucian actually still level 5 in that bottom lane. Those 2 deaths keeping off enough experience.
Yeah, I mean, he's died twice and he's been zoned substantially. So he is quite far behind the levels, just got the level 6. Something False Cut could have done slightly better down bottom was let the turret kill out all the minions before actually taking that tower down himself. As it is, he missed out an opportunity to deny Coenzyme DA.
Junglers are going to meet each other at the bottom side red buff. Green Bay following just behind Mafcow, and Mafcow gets scared off of his own red buff. Green Bay just picked that up, but gets immediately ganged. Great job by the bottom lane from Water Buffalo, rotating up to help their jungler, and that's going to be the red buff immediately going back onto Coenzyme DA. The culling going on to False Cut. All of that's going to hit him. Double kill for Lucian. The extra damage coming in from Ziggs going to help finish that one off.
Not bad.
Nice ultimate landed, and that's a really good turnaround. Exactly the kind of play they needed out of that bot lane.
Yeah, very, very good reactive play to get the bot lane back in shape. Ooh, spell shields up the rune prison again.
Yeah, Pinducky going again aggressively under this turret. Wolstenholme taking a ton of damage.
Yeah, he needs to just like wait for the wave to hit the middle, shove it into his turret with Torrential Flow, and just back off. You can't fight the rise straight up. You just can't as Morgana. You can shove the wave though, and just keep him in that top lane.
Yep. Yeah, there's that Ziggs damage you talked about. Like, a single auto attack does a noticeable chunk.
Yeah, and that's only going to get worse as he gets items in later on into the game. Those auto attacks scale with AP, those auto attacks now scale with penetration. If he gets a Lich Bane, that's just going to be even more painful.
Yeah. I believe he's going to be able to pick up the Morellonomicon on this back.
He should be able to.
Yeah, that should be enough gold for the Combine.
Oh,
and
no,
maybe not. He's going to just get the Amped Tome and a pair of boots.
New patch, new combined costs. Sad times.
Still got to get used to it.
It used to be 800. I used to know these things.
Yeah. Teammates rotating in the mid lane will just about kill off this turret.
That back timer is going to let them kill the mid turret. So good play by teammates. Oh, the Azir turret's going to get set up there as well for a little more offensive posturing.
Just shove them in. Veni jumping in aggressively onto Braum. Actually missed the extra Q stack, but
oh my gosh,
getting the Braum passive on him. That Azir turret's doing a lot of work there. Veni taking shot after shot. Goes down on that one. That's one kill. Coenzyme M gets exhausted out. Green Bay is taking a few too many turret shots, but Hecky goes on a rampage picking up that kill. Will flash out. Gets the heals from Fluffykins, staying alive. Soraka with another kill. And Fluffykins pretty far forward, but will be able to get out safely. Wolstenholme underneath the Azir turret, also taking shots there. And
okay.
Teammates pressing in quite well.
So the Azir wall that fight was so good.
Green Bay finding Mafcow in the jungle. Gets turned back around. Mafcow with the smite gets the kill.
And the Thunderlord's proc. Oh man. That was really fun. But that Azir wall was so good. It kept the entire team in turret range, but away from Hecky. So Hecky could consistently put down damage on the members he needed to, while the rest of Water Buffalo was struggling to just get out of that Azir wall. I think we saw people jump over that Azir wall, try to get over that Azir wall multiple times, eventually just had to end up walking around it. So clutch. So clutch. What a good play.
Yeah, and everyone got stuck in range of the Azir turret.
Yes.
It was just consistently amping up the damage that they were taking.
Yeah. Now, I don't necessarily know why Vani Vici went in by himself so early. Like, I agree that was a good play to make, given that they had a mana advantage at the time. I think he pulled the trigger a little too prematurely, though, and his team was not quite there enough to follow up. That's the kind of thing you want to do on Morgana. Just find the damage and leave.
Get some chunks.
Yep.
Pinducky does have the Rod of Ages picked up, so that
will
as
help.
we were talking about a little earlier, is going to have a fair bit more sustain
Yep.
than I think he would have been used to in previous patches. So that
Yes.
works out quite nicely for Rise. But Wolstenholme also has the Rod of Ages finished off, has picked up the Null Magic Mantle.
Yep, that's Null Magic. I feel like that's probably going to go into an Abyssal.
Yeah,
Good dodge on Pinducky.
Abyssal, quite a solid item on Morgana, especially with the extra cooldown reduction that was recently put on it.
Yeah, the CDR really, really helps. I think it's a substantially nerfed rush item for mid laners. It's a much better item for bruisers going into the mid game.
Yeah, and so somebody like Morgana really benefits from that, because your typical Morgana build is not high in CDR.
Right. So any incidental CDR you can pick up.
Gonna be a second dragon going down. I believe that is the
Cloud Dragon, which is green. Or which is blue rather.
Yeah,
And the water dragon is green. That's not confusing at all.
No, so that is dragon number 2 going over to teammates. Again, they did pick up that fire dragon earlier in the game, so going to be amping up their damage, and now going to be amping up their ability to rotate.
Yeah, and
Pinducky especially is really going to like that one.
That's also going to be really good for Rengar, because he likes to initiate fights with his out-of-combat stealth. That's going to make him surprisingly scary. There's a synergy there I did not expect. That is very cool to think about.
Yeah.
Find that pink cord. Goodbye. Rip in pieces, little buddy. You tried. Hecky?
Salute the
Hecky. Okay, there we go.
Another one of those cool interactions that I wish people would use more is Azir can kill off wards super fast. Mafcow gets caught out by Green Bay. Yeah, gotta back off. Okay. Thought we might see Green Bay go in super aggressively. The Ziggs ultimate not really doing a whole lot, only lands partially on Green Bay.
Yeah, the thing is they don't want to fight in the choke against Ziggs when the other team is not in the choke, because then Ziggs can land all his damage and Hecky just kind of can't. So I think it was a wise decision by them to just take some, chip some damage off of Water Buffaloes and just back off.
Take a red buff and leave.
Yep, take a red buff, do some damage, jump in on Rengar.
Green Bay is still in the opposing jungle. Looks like they might try and rotate now into this mid lane. I've got 4 members over here. It's just Pinducky in the top lane doing the split push thing.
Green Bay is actually trying to catch
he's
someone
still in
out
the bush.
here.
They see
That's very
Braum
sneaky.
here. Will they try and catch out Veni Vidi Vici? Are we going to see Green Bay actually move at any point? Veni Vidi Vici taking a good chunk underneath his turret. Now it does have the jungler coming here to help him out. Nice line of flame chompers there. Gonna shut out Mafcow.
Yeah, I think
as
they're
they get
just
more damage onto the turret.
Oh, Green Bay's finally given up. Sad times.
Yeah. A little unfortunate for the Rengar to just spend that much time sitting there.
It was honestly a good idea. It's very reasonable to expect that someone will walk past in that situation. That is so much damage coming out.
Yeah, very
from
nice
the
chunk
Azir.
there.
But I mean, now he picks up the bot wave. Now he picks up some jungle farm. It's not the worst ever. Everything is gonna be okay.
Yep. And Pinducky has stopped pushing in the top lane. Has actually joined the rest of his team in the mid lane. Kind of interesting. Wolstenholme's going to use that to get a lot of damage onto this top turret. So they really need to take this mid turret down. Looks like they are going to be able to do that. So that is going to end up being a good trade for Pinducky.
Yep.
Wolstenholme actually in the top lane needs another minion wave still to actually make that turret go down.
Yeah,
so
but that's
thus far an inner turret for nothing. Should be an inner turret for an outer turret, but that is certainly in favor of teammates.
yeah, especially because Green Bay also
Mafcow
got a lot. Oh,
trying
God.
to trade with Green Bay. Rengar up against Kha'Zix, even with the isolation bonus. Green Bay winning that trade. Now comes on to Coenzyme DA. Is going to get another kill. Actually, Hecky picking that one up. So, sort of going in one at a time. Nice plays by Green Bay on this Rengar. And they're getting sieged now at 2 inhibitor turrets. The mid lane's going to get pushed off with the Ziggs ultimate, but Green Bay and Hecky, just the 2 of them in the bottom lane. Pinducky coming up from behind, catch Veni Vidi Vici out. That's going to be the route. Green Bay can slow him down a little bit more. Does manage to jump back to the rest of the team as Pinducky now caught too far forward, staying just slightly too long. Will this be an extended fight now? Veni Vidi Vici taking another little bit of poke. And the Ziggs bomb's on the way out. Looks like teammates could get forced out.
Oh!
The Jinx rocket lands. False Cut gets the kill. Coenzyme M getting forced back. The barrier's been popped. And now this is going to be an inhibitor down. Teammates sticking around are able to make it pay, though. And blue inhibitor down. This is probably about the time they want to be backing off. Hecky's at full health. The rest of them quite low. As Fluffykins has already burned the ultimate in the previous fight, so it does not have the ability to heal them all up.
Yeah, that is an inhibitor down before 20 minutes.
And again, really good early pressure here from teammates. We've seen Green Bay making a lot of plays around the map, not quite as much as we saw on the Elise in the last game. I think Elise is a bit stronger of a very early game jungler than Rengar.
Yeah, absolutely.
But post level 6, he's been really making a lot of impact, helping out all of his lanes. And Pinducky split pushes will get that top turret down. So that is all of the outer turrets down now. And outside of the base, it's just that top inner turret remaining.
Yeah. So we talked a little bit about Pinducky rotating mid to join that siege situation. Oh.
And Pinducky by himself, the isolation bonus from Mafcow is going to be doing a lot of damage.
That's going to hurt.
Yeah, Green Bay coming in,
Rip.
gonna have to back out once again. So Pinducky caught too far forward.
Ripping pepperonis. But it was a good decision to join mid lane. Yes, he lost his turret for that, but in return, he let Green Bay get a ton of farm, shove a wave mid, got the mid turret, and then they managed to swing around bot lane to join that team fight as well. Yeah. Totally worth it. Totally worth it to lose your top lane turret for that. Two turrets, a lot of farm, jungle denial, and an inhibitor. I take that any day.
Absolutely the right map play. We kind of have liked to see Wolstenholme maybe TP back to defend the base. I guess they're sort of feeling like where they are in the game, they need to be taking some kind of objectives on the map. And top outer turret's a little bit nice just because you're going to stop the pressure from building up in top lane. That's going to make the Baron maybe slightly harder for them to take.
I don't know if that would have I don't know if that's worth it though. I don't know if that's worth potentially losing so much just to get that top lane turret at this point in the game. I mean, it's a hard call to make. It's always going to be a hard call to make in that situation, just because you are playing from behind and you are going to have to lose something no matter what you do. And now we see the teammates baiting Baron. There is a ward in that bush. Yeah, if you're going to get snared up, actually.
And get the whole team now jumping on him. A nice Braum ultimate, knocking up everybody. And Wolstenholme will give him somewhere to jump, so we'll be able to get out of there alive. But Venivici taking a ton of damage before that happened. Green Bay jumping over, gets on Wolstenholme, but turned around. Coenzyme M gets the kill. Traded back 1-for-1 with the Jinx Rocket, so False Cut does get a kill.
Did he just jump over the... What?
That was an interesting interaction. I think you might be right. He jumped over the bind.
Oh my god,
I did not know that could happen, if that is what happened.
I really want to see that again. Wow.
Yeah. Well, we can actually, you can rewind on your client. If you want to...
Yeah.
If we can confirm that. Meanwhile, we do see teammates pushing in toward this top turret here. Are going to be a couple here to defend, and Coenzyme M, very strong wave clear with Ziggs. So, not going to be able to push that one in. Mafcow and Coenzyme DA also defending in the mid lane. Mafcow jumping in onto False Cut, going to try and catch him out. The Soraka heal comes through, so the Jinx will stay alive. Stun comes out as Pinducky picks up the kill. That is going to be Kazakhstan. A great Azir wall pushes two of them into the team. Venivici goes down right away. Wolstenholme also getting chunked low. Again, really nice Azir wall. Pinducky flashing into the base. Slightly too aggressive.
That is what we in the business call a wild turtle.
Yep. That is 100% vintage Wild Turtle there.
Pretty sure I've seen Wild Turtle make that exact same play. Oh, man.
Oh, dear. So, took a nice trade. Went a little too far with it.
Good team fight, though. Very, very good Azir wall. And really nice Azir turret as well, to make sure they can't actually get anything off of that situation. I did go back and take a look at the binding on my client, but my client plays at about 5 FPS. So,
Rip.
Yeah, not anything discernible there.
We'll catch it on the VOD later. Green Bay going no Conzo! Oh! I did not even have time to finish that sentence. Oh dear.
Faster than you can say going on to Lucian.
Yep, and so that is the 80 carry down. Green Bay gonna back out. Wolstenholme trying to catch him out with the bind. The Braum Q lands, the bind does not, but Green Bay gets slowed down enough. They should be able to finish off the kill. That's the Morgana ultimate. The stun comes down, so Wolstenholme gets one kill. Green Bay staying a little bit too long, so... ADC for jungler. It's a trade.
It's alright, and the reason it's alright is because teammates has presence around Baron, and they can't just like... Water Buffalo cannot just like walk into Baron and take it. Ooh.
Yeah, Mafcow somehow got stuck on the wrong side of this team.
Oh, no.
Will get picked off, so that's going to be the jungler down.
Okay,
Green
now...
Bay coming up in 20 seconds, so they'll have 20 seconds where teammates' jungler is up, and Water Buffaloes is not.
I mean, Baron's an option for teammates now. They're not going to want to siege.
They're wandering straight toward Baron right now.
They're not going to want to siege against the Ziggs wave clear, and Ziggs just blew the ultimate. No chance of a steal either. This is a very good timing for Baron.
Yeah. So neither jungler is actually going to be there. We'll see if teammates wants to peel off and get some damage back onto this. Veni Vidivici coming in, trying to tank. Soraka heal coming out. The Braum ultimate actually doesn't land on anybody. They peeled off Baron enough that is going to reset just a little bit. And yep, they're peeling off Baron. They don't want the fight.
Sure. Oh no, that is so unfortunate.
Yep, and Pinducky getting stuck in with Veni Vidivici. Or is Veni Vidivici stuck in with Pinducky? Can they get the damage around? Pinducky taking up two of them! Gets the kill onto Coenzyme M! Double kill for Pinducky on Rise! Green Bay jumping in! That's a double kill for the Rengar! 4 down, and is only Kha'Zix left alive as he's coming back from base. And just like that, Teammates turns it around, goes from takes a 5v4 fight and kills everybody, and Mafcow gonna get a kill onto the support. I don't think he can actually stop this Baron, though. It's gonna take a hero steal, and yep, Baron is already down, so 4 members will have it, and that was a great job by Pinducky.
Wow.
Looked like he got caught out, perhaps, by the bind, and there's the ace.
He should have gone for Heki. Gone over the wall, kill Heki, get the reset, jump out. That would have been 3 kills, and that would have been totally good.
Yeah. But that's a really hard situation to jump in, though, because as soon as you go in onto that Azir, everyone's going to be trying to lock you down.
Yeah, I mean, that would have been true no matter who he went on, so I can't really blame him for that. But these Azir ults by Heki have just been so good. Yes, it might seem counterproductive to push him into the dying Rise, but then ulted Rise does massive AoE damage and sustain, so that's just giving...
The spell vamp in particular was so huge in that fight.
Exactly, and Pinducky stayed alive until the very, very end of that fight, 4 people down for the Water Buffaloes.
Yeah, and importantly, they were forced into taking that fight with their jungler not actually around yet. Mafcow still on his way back from the base. And Green Bay finding the support in the jungle, interestingly, does not turn on him. I think he would have been able to kill him. But
I don't know if he actually wants that. Braum can lock you up for too long. Now, Mafcow definitely wants this one, though.
Yeah, Fluffykin's on the wrong side of town. He's isolated for now. Actually hasn't gone down yet. Mafcow getting turned around. Green Bay's going to pick up the kill.
Oh, that
rotation.
That missed W cost him. That W would have killed.
That absolutely would have been lethal damage, and things looking quite rocky now for Water Buffalo. About a 14,000 gold lead for teammates. They've got Baron buff on a couple. Veni Vidivici gets caught at the red buff pit. Green Bay going to be taking a lot of damage from Morgana. Actually going to be going down, so 1-for-1 trade. But Wolstenholme going to be going down immediately after that, culling onto Pinducky.
Oh, what? No way! You've got to be kidding me.
What is going on here?
What? You are joking. Oh my god. Alright, what a time for a pause. Right in the middle of that team fight. But Heki, the thing about this team fight is that Heki is at full health, untouched.
Yeah, so we're going to try and figure out what is exactly what's the reason for this pause right now.
Okay,
and we're back in game. Double kill for Heki coming out. Pinducky goes
triple kill for Heki.
Yeah, triple kill, triple soldiers into Lucian to finish that off. So Heki actually the only one still with Baron buff. So it was an unfortunate pause timing. So yeah, kind of split up the fight there.
Yeah, Heki making the plays this game though. He is. Gave him Azir. He's definitely shown up.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're going to be pushing onto this inhibitor. Looks like it's going to be going down for the second time in this game as Mafcow, without the isolation bonus, can't really go on any target. Taking a bunch of damage from Heki. Wow. The soldiers actually finishing off, just going straight through the Braum wall. That does not stop the Sand Soldiers.
And the thing about Soraka is that you enable your team to make plays like that. Yes, you went in under turret. No, it does not matter because Soraka can just heal you right back up.
Yep.
That is a Nexus turret. Oh my god!
Heki I'm not sure if he meant to do that.
So
that was like an accidental E on following his Q.
He was trying to ult, but the black shield was on.
Ah.
But okay. Pinducky comes
Enough
in.
Damage coming in. False Cut finishing off that kill. That's going to be Ziggs going down. Killing spree now picked up. Wolstenholme taking damage. The Jinx Rock is coming through. Yeah, would have been a death with the crit, as False Cut does have the Infinity Edge picked up, along with the Hurricane and Bloodthirster. So a lot of AoE damage coming out.
But
from Jinx in
they
these
might be
fights.
able to just end the game with these tanky Baron minions. Pinducky goes down, though.
Pinducky goes down, but both Nexus turrets also going down. Green Bay's coming in from the outside of the base, gonna jump onto Cohen's MTA. That's the ADC down. 4 still up from Teammates. The Nexus is going down. Teammates takes down the Nexus. They take this series 2-0, and Teammates will be going on to the semi-final of this tournament.
And what a crushing performance by Heki. 12-0 and 8 on Azir. Godlike walls throughout the entire game. What a show. What a show.
Fantastically done from Heki. Seeing subbed in for the second game and really saw him show up on Azir. And completely different kind of player of the game from the first game.
Yeah.
Game number 1, we saw Pinducky and Green Bay in the early game make a lot of plays around the map. Green Bay sort of enabling all of his lanes, and Pinducky making a lot of great solo plays in lane, snowballing that Kayle out of control. This time it was all about Heki in the mid lane in those team fights, putting down huge area damage, getting great walls to reposition the fights.
Absolutely. And there were several fights where, like, Water Buffalo did not want to commit fully to, but then when the Azir wall came down, they just didn't have a choice. They had to fight. They couldn't get out of that situation. Such good plays from Teammates in general to secure them the 2-0 victory in this playoff series.
Yep. Absolutely. So that is going to be the end of series number 1 in these playoffs. It is Teammates taking it 2-0. I believe we do have another game ongoing at the moment, which we're unfortunately not going to be able to cast for you guys. So we'll be back with you a little bit later in the week with more games in these playoffs. Yeah. Gonna have to figure out exactly what the schedule is there.
Yep, and look forward to the finals Saturday at 8 p.m.
Yep, so stay tuned for more games from the MIT League of Legends Club, and thank you all for watching.